Hello, my name is Tyler Rosado, and this is my final presentation for Arts and Performance Entrepreneurship 1 in the fall 2025 semester. So, my chosen career path is composer-arranger. That's my goal. That's the thing that I love the most. So I have my professional documents up here. Here's my resume. So even though composition is my main thing, and I want it to be my main thing, I'm able to recognize that it's not always what I'm going to be doing. So I wear multiple hats. I'm advertising myself as a composer, performer, and educator, all of which I enjoy doing. So I have my little bio here, and for of my most relevant experience, the first two is composition experience. The last two is education experience. I also have on here some software that I'm familiar with, which is a mixture of digital audio workstations, notation softwares, and video editing software, DaVinci Resolve. I have on here my skills that best represent me: work ethic, creativity, collaboration, time efficient, fast learner, diverse knowledge. I have my education, which I'm currently completing, and then my bio. So I also have my CV pulled up here, which is just a more expanded version of my resume. It has on here my composition experience at the top, and along with my education, still completing. It has my performance experience, for which I have quite a bit, and then also has my education experience and my software knowledge. So let's take a peek at two of my most relevant experience that I'd like to share, my most relevant works. So the most important probably is at the beginning of this year, I participated in the Dr. Eric H. Shaw Excellence in Music Composition competition that happens here at FAU every year. It's a competition for any student. I believe it has to be music students though, but they don't have to be composition majors. And I submitted an original piece for orchestra called Vibrations of Life, and I won the competition and got it performed in concert that I got to conduct as well with the FAU Symphony Orchestra in March 20th I have on here. So let's take a peek at a little bit of that piece. So let's also look at a short film that I scored for an indie film music contest that I found online, actually. It's kind of amazing what you can find online, and it was legit too. I scored it and I submitted it at the beginning of this year in February. It's a short film called Twin Sparks. The excerpt that the contest selected was just under 4 minutes. I'll share just a little bit of that here.
Why can't you listen to me? What's wrong?
All right, so for my SWOT analysis, some strengths that I have. I'm very knowledgeable about different instruments, different musical styles. I have always been the person that learns on their own, even when I'm not in class. I'm always watching YouTube videos, reading articles, talking to people about stuff. So because of that, I have a lot of different knowledge. I learned a lot of different instruments. It's kind of a hobby of mine. I actually just played in Tuba Christmas for the first time this past Sunday. Never played a low brass instrument before, and now I have. I'm very knowledgeable about different instruments because of things like that. And also, I'm a very fast learner. I have a strong work ethic because I've just always been like that. I also have a very diverse work portfolio within the music world. I have my big three: composition, education, and performance, and I have pretty good experience in all three of those. Some of my weaknesses, I don't have any online presence really at all. I have a music account on Instagram that has just under 200 followers, but I don't post very often, so I need to do more of that. I also have a lack of specific business knowledge in the composition world. That's a big thing. A lot of the stuff we do is work for hire, and it requires us to write our own contracts and have licensing and all of that, and I don't know much of that. I know a little bit, but not much. And public speaking experience, I'm getting better at it. The more presentations I do and the more education gigs that I get better at it, but still, it's something I look forward to continue to work on over the years. Some opportunities that I have a lot of friends here that are music education majors, and as they go on and become band directors in the future, they keep my contact info, and if they ever need me to come in and work with their band or write music for them, I'm just a call away, which is amazing, that the connections that we have here. Also collaboration with other composers, so a really cool opportunity that I'm actually just started today, and it's going to spill into next semester. I am helping out a musical theater composer in New York, Daniel Green, and I'm helping him to orchestrate a musical that's going to be happening here at FAU with the FAU Theater Department next semester. So it'd be really cool to get my name on that project and also get my name in his contact list for any future projects that he may have, anything that I may have in the future that I might want to include him on. So it's really cool to get that started. And then performances, connections at conventions. Like I mentioned, I'm performing with the FAU Wind Ensemble in this upcoming January, which will be a really, really cool experience, and I can get some great connections from there. Some threats that I have, any legal issues that may arise. Like I mentioned, I'm not well versed in legalese and all of the crazy contracts and stuff, so anything that may happen, you never know. Licensing is a huge issue with composition, especially because I'm a marching band person. I'd love to write for marching band, and a lot of marching band is arrangements of pre-existing music, so a lot of licensing is required to make sure that it's legal and allowed for the band to perform that music, especially in competitions, which is the kind of music I would like to write. Competition from other composers, that's always something I have to worry about. It's a competitive market. There's a lot of people trying to do the same thing. But we all support each other, but still, there's a lot of people. And then, lack of experience with the business side specific to the composition world. That's the contracts and the licensing and all of that again. So, my SMART goal that I have created is basically just to get a better online presence to match my skill set that I have, just so I have a better presentation online that people can see without having to talk to me in person. So a specific goal I have is to set up a professional website and upload my portfolio and professional documents. That way it's all in one great looking place online that I can easily share with people whenever they want to know more about me. Measurable. I would love to grow to 200 followers, maybe more, on my music account on Instagram, and also start posting consistently. That way I can start to get a following on there that spills over to my website and spills over to opportunities in the future. Achievable. I'll make sure that everything that I post online relates to my brand and has a link to my website. That's an easy one, but it's an important one. And then relevant, again, make sure everything relates back to my brand, both as an artist and as an entrepreneur. Make sure everything feels like it comes from the same identity, same entity. And then time bound. Make sure everything is done by the end of next semester. That might be a little lofty of a goal, but I'd love to see what I can do in just a couple of months. So my III framework, for the instruction, definitely utilize the resources around me to learn as much as possible about the professional world that I'm going to be entering. Like I mentioned, I've been doing that ever since I was in high school. I always learn on my own time. I've been watching YouTube videos, I've been reading articles. It's something I have a passion for, just learning. And because of that, I explored multiple avenues. Like I mentioned, I'm entering the musical theater world. I've played in pits before in musical theater, but this is the first time getting involved on the composition side. I also mentioned I have education experiences, which is amazing. And then staying consistent with all that. It might not be consistently just composition or just education. It might have seasons where I have more of one thing than the other, but staying consistent and always being busy in those things is important. For the immersion, immersing myself into the professional world through my opportunities and collaborations, take random opportunities as they come, which I'm already doing and I will definitely continue to do, and get whatever I can out of those opportunities, especially getting my contact info to those people so they can keep my name for the future. And continuing to have many roles, that's important because keeping myself open to opportunities is how they keep on coming. And then for imagination, that's the really fun part that I get to do once I'm further on in my career, is to see how much I can do with my music, with my art. I'm really looking forward to using my platform to speak about difficult topics and do homages to important people and issues, and I'm really looking forward to expanding the power of music beyond the classroom, beyond the concert hall, and really speak to people on a spiritual level, because that, at the end of the day, is what music is. So my 12-month plan, my scale 12-month plan, again, it's just about strengthening my brand and building a presence within the professional composition world, both online and through word of mouth. So for my craft, definitely always continue improving my compositions, the quality of my work. I'd love to continue working on developing a clear identity that's easily recognizable in any piece that I write. I'd love for someone to just listen to a couple seconds of one of my pieces and be like, oh yeah, that's a Tyler Rosado piece. I think that's really cool. And then alignment, I'd like to set up a website and become active on social media, continue taking on opportunities as they come. That way I can align my goals and my skill set to becoming more, having more of a professional presence. And then leverage, utilizing all the people around me and their connections to help me get my name out there. Because at the end of the day, we're not supposed to do this alone. There's 8 billion people on the planet for a reason. We all help each other out, and I'm really looking forward to helping other people out, returning the favor. And execution, always be consistent with my online content and make it relevant to my brand, doing some sort of bigger content every month. That'd be really important to get myself out there. So my final pitch as an artist, as a composer, as an entrepreneur: Tyler Rosado, multi-instrumentalist, composer, and educator, blends creative authenticity with vibrant narratives through the power of music. I've always been a very big believer in storytelling through music. I think that's the most important part, when there's a story that an audience can follow and they can resonate with it really easily. Even if there's not really any characters, it's just about something that they can follow. That's always so important because people don't always get that. That's a unique experience to be able to follow a story and have the music represent it. And it creates some beautiful things in people's minds, and it's a way to connect people in a way that words can't. So that's my presentation. I've had so much fun in this class this semester. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in APEI 2 next semester, and have an amazing break.